Do you like grapes? Do you like rocks? If the answer to either of these questions was yes, then do I have the rock for you? Grape agate is a wonderfully edible looking rock found in the US and Indonesia, and is probably one of my favorite rocks to look at to date. Its texture, size, and impressive variety of colors make it a very tempting rock to eat, to collect. Do not eat rocks. However, as cool as this rock is, it has a dark secret. One so dark that, if the truth of it came to light, it could wipe grape agate from the market. Because this rock is based on a lie. And that big, horrible, bloody lie is, it's not agate. It's chalcedony. Chalcedony is a type of quartz formations with microscopic crystals. Agate is a form of chalcedony, but not all chalcedony is agate. One of the requirements for a rock to be an agate is banding, which you can see here in these few examples. Agate in itself is worthy of devoting an entire video to, so we'll try to save that for a later time, but as you can see, grape agate does not have the stripes. It's like how all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. And sadly, grape agate does not meet the qualifications to be actual agate. It is a lie. Well, actually, maybe the rock itself isn't a liar, but at the very least the person who named it is. Or maybe they just didn't do enough research. I can respect being lazy, I guess. And yes, maybe knowing that it's not actually agate isn't enough to dissuade anyone from getting their hands on this thing. I perhaps blew that out of proportions. Just a bit. I am part geologist in training, so I have the right to be mad if anyone. With that in mind, I think a more appropriate name would be either grape chalcedony or grape quartz. But that's just my personal opinion. Grape agate has something called a botryoidal or spherical crystal habit, which is what gives it its unique, round cluster shapes. For this video, I was actually torn between two other types of crystal habits, but when I asked my followers on TikTok for their opinion on the subject, the consensus seemed to be that the balls were the way to go. I'm sorry, I won't word it like that again, I promise. I chose a location not far from my previous build, which you should go watch by the way, then got to work designing. It took some deliberating with some hemming and hawing about where I wanted what, and figuring out how to design those damn 3D circles, which maybe it was not the wisest idea to try to make a spherical object in a block game. Hindsight. But after that, it was smooth sailing. Unlike the first build in this series, grape agate just has one primary color, and yes, it's the color that grapes normally are, purple, unless you're talking about these things. Which, funnily enough, will still work because grape agate also comes in green and yellow and blue. However, for the purpose of this video, I went with purple because that's the first thing most people think of when they hear grape agate. Luckily, Minecraft has a good variety of purple shades, so I was in no shortage there. I even went so far as to add some purple glass to help mimic the way that the light diffracts when it's going through the purple orbs around the edges. See how it's a little lighter here? Though I don't know how successful I was on that endeavor. I took some inspiration from some orb houses I've seen online, and come on, these are the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Look at that. You live in that, bruh. How? My dignity could not come out unscathed by spending the night in one of those things. However, it did help to see the interiors when planning my own, since the weird shape made it difficult to implement traditional design strategies. I had to stop for a moment and ask myself what rooms go inside a house, which was actually a little embarrassing. I ended up trying to model after a cottagecore atmosphere with a heavy emphasis on plant life, and tried to give it that cluttered look that felt more comfy than messy. I added a study room, a greenhouse, a guest bedroom, a storage room, and a main bedroom before deciding to leave the rest of the rooms empty for you all to decide on. If you have any ideas for their contents, let me know. The choice is yours. First come, first serve. But after some finishing touches, it was done. I rate this build grape out of 10. Thank you for watching. Sorry this one's a bit shorter and, a week late. I am unfortunately moving right now, so everything's a bit crammed and I'm actually recording this in an empty room, so if the audio sounds off, that's why. If, during this video, you wondered why I cycled through the same pictures of grape agate over and over again, there's a very simple reason. There are tons of beautiful pictures of grape agate on the internet, showing off an impressive array of colors, shapes, and details that I would have loved to have added to this video. However, they are all locked behind a paywall. Yes, I could just, use them anyway. Oh no, a YouTuber that averages 100 views per video is taking pictures, arrest her immediately. No, that's not gonna happen. I doubt that would have ever happened since I know none of y'all are snitches and you would stay loyal to me for good rock content, right? However, on the unlikely event that someone did see it and lost their mind over me using it in my video, I'd rather just skip that event altogether. Besides, the watermark looks tacky as hell. If you want to let me finally get access to all those pretty rock pictures, there is a way, and that way involves subscribing. We can't do it alone, but with our combined powers, we can eventually bully YouTube into giving me money, which I can use for future projects, or use to buy food. I am still a broke college student right now. I have a Discord, which you can join. I also stream on Twitch. If you're interested in either of those options, I'll leave a link down in the comments. And once again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.